Hello friends, welcome back to another session of Web Technologies tutorial. In today's class, I'm going to show you how to run servlets using Notepad. I'm not going to use any IDEs like Eclipse and NetBeans. I'm not going to use anything. I'm just going to use command prompt and Notepad to run your servlets. I also will show you how to set the server API path, and also I'll show you how to run your application or deploy your application using Tomcat. Okay, right. So let's get started. So the prerequisites for all this is you just need to have JDK, and then you need to have Tomcat installed on your system, and you need to have a browser. Okay, so that's the first thing that you need to have. So you need to have JDK installed on your system. Second thing is like you need to install Tomcat, and the third thing is like you need to have browser that every PC will be having. Okay, right. So I'll be using Notepad. If you don't know how to install Tomcat and JDK, so please watch my previous videos wherein I have shown how to install Tomcat and also how to install JDK. So once I'm done, okay, so the first thing that I need to do is, so I'll just explain you the directory hierarchy over here, the format. So first thing is I need to create a folder. So I'll be creating a folder, say for example, my application. Okay, so say for example, I'm creating a folder which is my app. Inside this folder, I'll be creating another folder which is web-inf. And inside this web-inf, I'll be creating another folder which is classes. So inside this classes, I'll be putting my servlet.java file as well as the bytecode that I get, which is the .class file. After compiling your Java servlet.java, you'll be getting the bytecode. So which again I'll be putting in this particular classes. And other than this, I'll be putting web.xml. So inside web.xml, I'll be doing the mapping. And so the home page, okay, so I'll be putting it inside this particular my application. So .html file I'll be putting here. So this is the hierarchy I'm going to follow. So the first thing that I'll be doing is I'll be creating the .html file. And the second thing that I'll be doing is I'll be creating my servlet.java. So after that, I'll be compiling my .java file. And after compilation, I'll be getting the .class file. So once I get this .class file, then I'll be creating web.xml file. So after creating all this, I'll be putting in the folder my app accordingly. So according to the directory format, I'll be putting all this. And once my folder is ready, then I'll deploy it onto the Tomcat. So these are all the things I'm going to do. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm using Notepad. So the first thing I'll be doing is I'll go into the search. I'll take the Notepad and I'll create my first home page. So I'm just going to create a login page, a very simple login page over here, a HTML document. So the first thing is I'm saying HTML, close your HTML. Okay, so if you want to have the head, you can use the head tag. So I'm using the head tag over here. So inside the head tag, I am taking the title tag. So inside the title, I'll be saying it is the login page. Okay, so then close your title tag. Okay, so let me just put everything in a single line. Okay, so fine. So my title is here, and after the head, I have the body tag. So let me take the body tag. So let me close the body tag. In here, I'll be taking a tag which is center tag, and then I'll take the font tag. So I'll keep the font to be Arial, black. Okay, and then I'll keep the size to be, okay, 5. Close the font tag. Okay, underline it, make it bold. And what I want to write is I want to say that it is the login form. Okay, fine. So close the bold, close this U tag, and then close the font tag. So after that, then I'll be taking some breaks. Right. Okay. So then I'll be taking the form tag. Okay. So let me take the form tag. So this is very important over here. I'm giving a name to the form. Okay. So I'm saying the name of the form is F1 and I'm saying action is equal to, okay. Action is something like where you want these parameters to go. I want these parameters to go to the servlet program, which will take the parameters to another program. So where these parameters need to go, so that URL you will be mentioning in the action attribute. So I'm saying action is equal to, so I need to give the name of the servlet program. So I'm saying the name of the servlet program is post parameters servlet. Okay, so I just named it as post parameters servlet. And then I need to give the method. So the method is equal to, so here I'm choosing post method. Okay, so in my next video, I'll tell you what is the difference between post and get, all that. Okay, so as of now, let us stick to the topic that we are in. Okay, so then I'm taking the table. Then I said I'm taking the table, then I'm saying frame is equal to, so box. Okay, so then give some cell spacing. Cell spacing is equal to, so I'm giving some 11. Okay, and then this is my table row. So this is the table data. So wherein I'm saying login, okay, and then close the TD tag. And after that, I am taking one more TD tag, wherein it should be the input type is equal to text. Okay, so this should be input type is equal to text. And then you can give the size is equal to, keep it to 20. Okay, so and then close the TD tag. Okay, so then close the TR tag, row tag, and this is my first row wherein I'll be having the login and all that. So I'll just copy this once again and I'll make this as the password row. Okay, so wherein here instead of login, I'll say password. Okay, so which is password, and then I'm keeping it this way. Okay, so then finally close the TR tag. So it's very important. Now take a note of it. Now inside your, for the static pages this will work, but for the dynamic content you have to name your input tags. So herein I'm saying name is equal to which is name. Okay, so and for here for the password I'm saying name is equal to, okay, so which is pwd. So I'm naming my form, I'm naming my input login field, and I'm naming my input password field. Okay, so once I'm done, my tr is closed. Let me take one more tr tag, and in here I'll be taking the td again. So then I'm saying call span is equal to 2. Okay, so align is equal to, so put it in the center, then close it. And what do you want? We want a submit thing. Okay, so I'm saying input type is equal to submit, and what I want to appear on the submit button, I'll be putting in the value. So herein I'm saying you can say login or submit, whatever you put here in the value, it will appear. So let me just make it like uppercase. Okay, so which is submit. Okay, so whatever you type here in the value will appear there. Okay, right. And then let me take the another tag. Okay, so which is the input Okay, I'll keep it this way. Okay, so let me just close the tr tag. Okay, so I just have the text field and then the password, and finally I am having the submit button. Okay, so let me uh, okay, so close my row tag, and finally you have the table tag, right? So I need to off the table tag, and then you have the form tag, so close the form tag. Okay, so well, fine. So and then the body tag we have, so the body tag we closed it. Okay, so this is my very simple .html file. So let me just check this, save this as post parameters.html. so I'm going on to the desktop and I'm saving it as post parameters.html. Okay, so my HTML document is ready now. So let me go to the desktop and then see how it looks on the browser. So I just have clicked it. So this is my post parameters.html. So I just have the login wherein I can give some login over here and then give some password and then click on submit. Okay, static pages. So I'm not getting any result. But once I click on result, once I write my servlet and all that, so I'll be able to get some result or some the servlet will process the input given by the client, the business logic or whatever logic you write, it will process it and give the result accordingly. Fine. So let me create a folder over here, which is my app. So this is my app. So this is the folder. So I'm putting this post parameters into this particular my app. Okay. So I just have put that. So what is there in my app? So inside my app, you can see that this post parameters is there. So I am creating one more folder over here inside my app. And this folder is nothing but web-inf. Have created this one. So we need to, inside this web-inf, I'm creating one more folder, which is called as classes. Okay. So I'm creating one more folder, which is called as classes. So now let me write my servlet and then we'll place it in the directory in the folder accordingly. So let me actually open the notepad and inside this I'll be writing my servlet. Okay, so as I said, like I have named this Java program, this servlet as, so I'm taking in the my apps, I'm going into web-inf into the classes. Now I'll name this particular Java program as post parameters. Okay, servlet dot java. Okay, so I just named it as post parameters servlet dot java. So where did I put it? I have put it in the classes one. So let me start writing the servlet. I'll be just doing a simple thing over here. So the first thing I require is I need to import the packages. So I'm saying import dot java dot io.star. So import this java.io.star is from the core Java. So you require JDK. That's the reason why I'm saying that you require JDK. And even I'm going to import the util package. So import java.util.star, because I'm going to use collection over here. And then I need to import the servlet APIs, which are java x.servlet.star. And so since I'm going to use the generic servlet, java x.servlet.star is enough. If you are using HTTP servlet, you need to import another package, which is import java x.servlet.http.star. Okay, so I'm just importing this servlet.star. And after that, so this is my class name. Okay, so I'm saying public class. And what's the name of the class? The name of the class is post parameters servlet. Okay, so this is the name of the class file. And then I'm saying extends generic servlet. Okay, so extends generic servlet. So in here, I need to write my logic inside the method, which is public void service. Okay, so this service method will be taking two arguments. The first one is the servlet request. Okay, servlet request, servlet request. Okay, so servlet request object will be passed into it. So wherein which is I'm saying req is the object name, and then I'm saying servlet response. Okay, servlet response, which is res. So these are the two parameters that come into this particular service method. And this particular method will throw. So that's why I'm saying throws. Throws servlet exception, okay, comma IO exception. Okay, so these are the two exceptions that this particular method can pass. Okay, so can throw. So we just have put that there. Okay, right. So now since the method description is over, now we need to write the logic inside this service method. So since we want to write onto the browser, system.out will not work for you because that is for the console. You need the object print writer to actually write onto the browser. So I'm taking the print writer. Okay, so I'm creating the print writer object. So I'm saying print writer pw is equal to, so res dot get writer. So I just have created the writer object. Okay, fine. So after creating the writer object, I'm using a method which is called as get parameters name. Okay, so what is the method? Which is get parameters. Okay, so get parameter. Okay, so get parameter names. Okay, so I need to use this particular method. So this particular method, I need to apply it on the request. Okay, because parameters are taken by the request of the client, right? So that's why I said req dot get parameter names. So there can be here in my HTML document, I have two parameters. Okay, so the login, in the login, I have username and then password and all that. So all these parameter names will come, I'm collecting in a collection which is called as enumeration. Okay, so enumeration. Okay, so E is equal to, so I am saying req dot get parameter names. Okay, fine. So now I will be iterating through these particular objects, element objects that are in the collection E by using the while loop. So I'm saying inside this particular while loop, I need to use a method which is called as has more elements. What is the purpose of has more elements is that it will check whether elements are there in the collection or not. Once the elements are over, it will return false. If there are elements, it will be returning true. So I'll be using a method which is called as has more elements. This has more elements will return true if there are elements. It will return false when the elements exhaust. So while E dot, E is the object of this collection. So E dot has more elements. Okay, right. So I'll be taking each and every elements value over here. So to do that, I am taking it in a string. So I'm creating a string object wherein I am saying string parameter name. Okay, so I'm saying p name is equal to, so I'll say E dot next element. Okay, so I'll be saying E dot next element. Next element will give the name of the element. Okay, so I'm saying E dot next element, but I need to typecast it because it's an enumerated object. So I just need to convert it into the string. So I'm typecasting it. So now I'll be getting the p name. What is the parameter name? In the HTML document, I have given the name, right? So let me show you this. So in here, I gave a name to this particular field. Okay, so in login field, what is the name I have given? Name is equal to name. So this name, it will come into this particular p name. Okay, so that's what I have done. And then let me get the value of it. So again, I am saying string Okay, so before that, let me just say pw dot. So this is the object of the print writer. Pw dot print. I'll be saying p name. So what's the p name? Name, right? So I'm saying name. Um, so I'll say plus. Okay, is equal to. So what is the name? I'll just print the name. So I just got the p name, parameter name, value I did not get. So to get the value, I'll be taking a string again. So I'm saying string. Now I'm taking the value. So I'm saying p value is equal to. So what is a p value? So which is nothing but request dot get parameter. Okay, so get parameter is the method that I'll be using to get the only the parameter to get the value of a particular parameter. So what is the name of the parameter? So the name of the parameter is p name, right? So the name of the parameter is now in p name. So that's why I said p name. So I want the value that the user have given for the parameter name, p name. So now the value. So say for example, in the user text field, I have given Sudha. So now in the p value, Sudha will come. Okay, right. So name is equal to. So I'll just say pw dot print. So just print the value. So wherein I'm saying I'll say println and I'll say p value. So what will be the output of it? So the output of it will be p name, which is nothing but name. Name is equal to Sudha. If I give Sudha, I'll be getting name is equal to Sudha. So I'll be doing the same thing with the name and the password also. So after this particular while, I'll be closing this because I finished sending the data or executing the logic. So I'm closing my print writer. So I'm saying print pw dot close. So this is my servlet. So let me save this, a very simple program. Now the task is how do you compile it? So to compile this, let me go to command prompt. So let me go to the command prompt and then go to the place where this particular program is. So it's on the desktop. Again, it's there in my my app. Okay. So and there again, it's there in web INF. Okay. So web INF. And then inside this again, it's there in the classes folder. Okay. So this is where the .java file is. Okay. So now let me say Java C. And then what's the name of the file? The name of the file is post parameters servlet .java. Okay. So this is the name of the file. So let me hit the enter key and see what will happen, whether it will compile or what will happen, we'll see. Okay. So as I hit the enter key, so you can see it didn't work, but let us try to see what it is saying. It is saying import javax.servlet.com is not there. Okay. So it's saying package javax.servlet does not exist. Okay. What is the reason is that so in JDK, so servlets are the concept of J2EE advanced concept, and JDK is core Java. So inside JDK, you won't be having this servlet API. So you just need to include the servlet API along with this particular JDK, and this servlet API. Okay, so is there in the Tomcat. So once we have installed Tomcat, we also have included this servlet API, but it is not connected to this. Okay, so to get it connected to this, we just need to set the class path. Let me do that and show you. Okay, so what I'll be doing is, let me go to the Tomcat folder. So this is let me go to this PC, then C drive, and where my Tomcat is installed, I'm going to that particular location, Apache, and then Tomcat 8.5. So in here, you can see there is a lib folder here. So inside the lib folder, so as you scroll down, you can see there is one API here, executable jar file, which is servlet-api. So I hope everybody can see this. Okay, so this is nothing but servlet-api. So this comes along with your Tomcat. So, but you just need to set the path, class path to this particular thing. So let me actually select this, and we also need to include this servlet jar. Okay. Okay, so copy this entire path. So Control C, copy this, and now so let me say set class path is equal to, okay, so and copy this entire one here and put a semicolon at the end, and then hit on the enter key. Okay, so now the class path is set, and then compile your post parameters servlet.java. Okay, so as you compile, you can see it has successfully compiled for us. Now let us go and see in this particular my app. So inside this my app, so I have web-inf. In here, inside this classes, you can see the dot class file over here. Okay, so I got the dot class file here. This is my .java file, and this is my dot class file. Okay, so we finished creating the dot class file, and we also have created the .java file. We created the .html file. Now, what is the third thing that we need to do is we need to now create web.xml file. So let me create that. Again, let me go to the notepad. Okay, so open new notepad, and now I'll be creating the web.xml. So to create web.xml, so this is the XML header. So I'm saying it is XML version is equal to 1.0. Okay, so encoding is equal to UTF-8. Okay, and well, fine. Now let me put a question mark here. Okay, right, and then okay, fine. So there is one tag which is web app. Okay, and let me close this web app tag. Okay, right. So inside this web app tag, I'll be having one more tag which is called as servlet tag. So let me close the servlet tag. Inside, in between this open and close of the servlet tag, I'm having one more tag which is called as servlet-name. Okay, close this tag which is servlet-name, and write the name of your particular servlet in here. What is the name of the servlet? It is post parameters. Okay, so post parameters servlet .java, right? So that's the name of the servlet. And again, I'll be having one more tag over here, which is servlet-class. Okay, so the name of the class, since this is a public file. Okay, so the name of the class and file name both are same. So let me change this to class. Okay, so I have two tags, servlet name and servlet class. Okay, so this is the end of your servlet, and I'll be having one more tag which is called as servlet mapping. Okay, servlet mapping. So the purpose of the web.xml is to do the mapping. Okay, so we'll be providing all the mappings over here. So which servlet to call for which HTML document. Okay, so here I said servlet mapping, and again I'll be having the name of the servlet here. Okay, so copy it here. Along with this, I'll be having one more tag which is URL pattern. Okay, so I'll be having one more tag which is called as URL pattern. Okay, right. So in between this particular open and close of the URL pattern, I'll be giving the URL of this particular post parameters. Okay, parameters servlet. Okay, servlet. So this is regarding my servlet mapping. Now we'll look into what are the welcome files. So I have one more tag which is welcome file list. Okay, so welcome file list. So let us close this again. Okay, so welcome hyphen file hyphen list. Okay, so now in between this, I'll be giving my welcome files. So I'll say welcome hyphen file. Okay, so what is the welcome file I need to mention? Okay, so what is a welcome file? So we have taken it as post parameter. Okay, meters.html. Okay, so this is the name of the file. Okay, so let me actually give another one over here. So wherein I'll be just taking off this L. Okay, HTML I'll be taking. Okay, fine. So this is what I'll be creating. So this is my XML file. So let me save this in my apps. Okay, so on the desktop, right? So on the desktop, so you have my apps, and I am saving it as web. So I'm going into the web INF. Inside web INF, I'm saving it as web.xml. Okay, so I have saved it in the folder. So let us take a look at what exactly our folder have. So this is the folder. So inside the folder, I have web INF, and I have this HTML document here. And inside web INF, I have this classes, and then I have this web.xml. Inside classes, I have the .java servlet program and the .class servlet program. Okay, so now that we finished creating the folder, so now let us take it and deploy it into the Tomcat. We cut this, go to, okay, so C drive, and then program files, and then Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat. Okay, so then you can see this web apps over here. Inside this web apps, I am pasting my folder. Okay, so it's saying that the folder is open. Okay, so it is not copying because in the command prompt I opened this particular my app. So let me just go back. Okay, fine. Now it will copy for me. So let me actually cut this from here. Go to this particular Tomcat Apache software, Tomcat 8.5, and then web apps. And in here, I am pasting it. Okay, so my app is now here. Okay, so now let me start Tomcat. To start Tomcat, let me actually go to the bin. Okay, so in here I am now in Tomcat bin. Okay, then I am right clicking on it and I'm saying open in terminal. Okay, so now the terminal will open for me, and then I'm saying start up. Okay, so I'm clicking on startup and the Tomcat has started for me. Okay, so now Tomcat is running. To check whether Tomcat is working fine or not, go to the browser. So this is my browser. So I have gone to the browser. In here, I am typing localhost, and what is the port number? It is 4040, and hit on the enter key. So Tomcat started off. It is working fine for me. Okay. So now let us execute the application that we have created. So I'm putting a slash, and then I am opening my folder, which is my app. Okay, so hit on the enter key. So the HTML document opened for me. So inside this particular login, I'm giving Sudha, and then password. Okay, so password, I'm giving it as Rani. Okay, so I said Sudha Rani, and then I'm clicking on the submit button. So now as soon as I click on the submit button, now this particular data, Sudha and Rani are the parameters. This login is the name, parameter name, and this is the parameter value. And this password is the parameter name, and this particular parameter name, which I have given in the HTML document. Okay, and then this is the value. Okay, so this is the parameter value. Rani is the parameter value of the password, and then Sudha is the name of the this value of this particular login. Okay, so now let me click on the submit button. As I hit on the submit button, you can see the servlet worked for us, and you can see post parameter servlet got mapped for the login. And then you can see name is the name that I have given in the HTML document, and this is the value that I have typed in, and then this is the name of the password which I have given, which is PWD, and Rani is the value. So it is saying name is equal to Sudha and PWD is equal to Rani. So this is how we have executed the servlet. Okay. So once you are done with your servlet, so if you want to stop it, okay, so go back to this particular Windows PowerShell and then hit on shutdown. Okay, so once you're done, hit on the shutdown, and then Tomcat will shut down for you, and it will stop. Okay, so well friends, I hope today's class is clear to you. So I showed you how to run servlet using Notepad, how to set the API path by using the set class path parameter, and then I showed you how to launch or deploy your application in Tomcat and successfully run it. So I hope this video is helpful to you. Thank you for watching.